Welcome everyone. Here we have finished with our light reactions. We have seen everything which was that is different phases, different events which has taken place in the light reaction. And we have seen that at the end of light reaction, the products which we have got at the end of light reaction, the products which we have got is oxygen, ATP and NADPH2. At the end of the light reaction, the products which we have got is oxygen, ATP and NADPH2. We have also seen that is how ATP has been formed, how NADPH has been reduced and how oxygen was produced. So, oxygen was produced by the breaking off or the splitting of water molecule by the process called as photolysis. Okay. And after this photolysis, by taking the protons from the which was released from this, which was which we got from the breaking of water molecule, those protons were used to reduce that NADP to NADPH2, and that protons, that pumping of protons, that is the movement of protons from lumen into stroma. So, it triggered, that is because of that energy was that is generated, and with the help of that energy ADP has combined with inorganic phosphate and changed into ATP. We have seen all these events. At the end we have got is oxygen, ATP and NADPH2. So, oxygen will be released in the chloroplast. Oxygen was released in the chloroplast. The only thing which is left over is ATP and NADPH2. ATP and NADPH2. Let us see how we utilize this ATP and NADPH2 in the synthesis of sugar, that is and we have, that is till now we have completed only half of stage of the that is half process of photosynthesis. Only oxygen as a byproduct has been released, ATP and NADPH2 has been formed. Now, using this ATP and NADPH2 which has been formed as a product of light reaction, we will be synthesizing the sugar. We will be synthesizing the sugars, that is this one. Now, this will be synthesizing this sugar, will be moving on to the next phase of photosynthesis, which is called as dark reaction. It is also called as biosynthetic phase. Biosynthetic cycle or biosynthetic phase or dark phase or the dark reaction. Why it is called as dark reaction? I already said you it is called as dark reaction because these reactions are independent of light. These reactions are independent of light. Light is not necessary. They will be carried out even in the presence as well as in the absence of sunlight. Okay, so that is why it is called as dark reaction. Why it is called as biosynthetic cycle or biosynthetic phase? Why? Because by using this ATP and NADPH2, we are synthesizing the chemical compounds. We are synthesizing the chemical compounds, that is biomolecules. We are synthesizing biomolecule, that is carbohydrate, by using this ATP and NADPH2, which are the products from light reaction. Okay, by using two things from the light reaction, we are synthesizing biomolecules, that is plants are in the sense plants are synthesizing biomolecule, that is carbohydrate. Plants are synthesizing biomolecule which is nothing but carbohydrate. So, that is why this cycle is also called as biosynthetic cycle. Biosynthetic cycle. Now, here what the scientists have seen by using this ATP. Now, till now we have not, that is we have not seen this oxygen, participation of oxygen. We have seen light absorbing, that is chlorophyll is used, water is used, Okay, that is sunlight is used. That we said that 4 factors are required for photosynthesis. One is sunlight, second is chlorophyll, third is water, and the fourth is carbon dioxide. Till now we have utilized, the plants have utilized only 3 factors. They have utilized chlorophyll to trap the sunlight, that is second also used. Chlorophyll and sunlight is used, because of the chlorophyll only sunlight is being trapped. And the third, water is already broken down, that is water has been utilized. Now the only thing which has not been utilized till now is carbon dioxide. Now in this dark reaction, carbon dioxide will be utilized. Plants will take carbon dioxide, and with the help of this word, that is ATP and NADPH2, these plants will convert the carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. Plants will take the carbon dioxide and convert them into carbohydrates with the help of this ATP and NADPH2. So this is what happens in dark reaction. Okay, but scientists were very curious to know how this carbon dioxide is making the carbohydrate. They were very curious to know how this simple carbon dioxide is changing into a very complex substance, that is carbohydrate. How this carbon dioxide is changing into glucose, sucrose, how it is changed into carbohydrate, starch. How this carbon dioxide is changed into glucose, that is carbohydrate, and thus carbohydrate will be stored in the form of starch. So how is it possible? So scientists did many researches. Scientists did the research on this one, how this carbon dioxide is utilized by the plant to produce carbohydrate. So here the worth mentioning work is of Melvin, that is Melvin, the scientist Melvin. He used radioactive, that is carbon, C14. He used C14. He used radioactive carbon, that is C14. This is a radioactive carbon. Till now we have known that carbon dioxide combines with water and form the sugars. Till now scientists were, that is the only discovery which was done was, the only thing which was known to the scientist was, that is carbon dioxide and water are combining and forming the sugars. So now they were very curious to know how this carbon dioxide is changing into carbohydrates. They have known that this process, how this is formed, that is carbon dioxide is combining it with water and carbohydrates are formed. But how is this taking place? They were very curious to know what are the different things which are taking place, how it is formed. So here many scientists did the experiments, but that is the work which is worth mentioning is of Melvin, the scientist Melvin. He explained everything in detail about the dark reaction. So that is why this dark reaction or biosynthetic phase or biosynthetic cycle is also termed as Melvin-Calvin cycle. It is also termed as Melvin-Calvin, or we can even say Calvin cycle. It is called as Calvin cycle because it was discovered, the cycle, the events which takes place in this formation of, in this changing of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate, all the events, all the that is which takes place, it was well explained by Calvin. So that is why this dark reaction is also called as Calvin cycle. It is also called as Calvin cycle. So now what he did was, he has done, the Melvin did the experiment by using this C14 radioactive carbon. He have grown the alga, okay, he have allowed the alga to that is perform the process of photosynthesis. For his experiment, Calvin has taken green alga, blue-green algae, okay, and this algae was allowed to undergo, that is they allowed to perform the process of photosynthesis, okay. He allowed the algae to perform the process of photosynthesis for some time. After some time, what it took, now this algae was having the C14 inside it. Now here what it did was, he has taken this green alga and allowed it to perform the process of photosynthesis for some time. Then after some time, for example, tell alga is there. Okay, he has allowed it to perform the process of photosynthesis for 2 hours. Just an example I am saying, 2 hours. Okay, now here after 2 hours, out of 10 now he has taken 2 alga and killed them with the help of hot methanol. Kill them in hot methanol. After killing them now, he tried to see what has been formed. By this time, what has been formed inside the bodies of this one. Okay, what product has been formed. So now after 10, that is after 2 hours, after 3 hours he has, that is 8 hours was left now. Out of 8 again he has taken 3 and again killed them in hot methanol. Then he has seen that what product has been formed. So then after 5 were left, here again after 3.5 hours he took this he took few alga and again killed them in methanol. So like this he did his experiment and he traced, by killing this alga, he traced whatever that is. When it killed, now when you open this body of them, so you will see what is present inside it. If they have performed the process of photosynthesis, so what is the product form at first? Then after next, what is the next product form? What is the next product form? So like this he have continuously did this experiment and he has seen what are the different products are, intermediate products are formed at different stages. At different stages. So what he has seen, that at the stage 1, the first product, when carbon dioxide was utilized, that is when ATP, with the help of this ATP and NADPH, when carbon dioxide was taken by the plant, the first product which has been formed, is a 3-carbon compound. The first product which has been formed, because I said it has killed. So after 2 hours when it killed now, after this, earlier it was carbon dioxide has been taken up. Okay, after some time when it has seen that the carbon dioxide has changed into the product, into some byproduct. So the first product which was formed was a 3-carbon compound. So carbon dioxide, which is a 1-carbon compound, because it has only 1 carbon, 2 oxygens are there but only 1 carbon atom is there. So this changed into 3-carbon, 1 carbon atom changed into 3-carbon atom, 3-carbon compound. 1 carbon compound changed into 3-carbon compound in the first stage. The first thing which was formed was a 3-carbon compound. Now then scientists have seen that whether all the plants are that is forming this 3-carbon compound, whether all the plants are forming this 3-carbon compound or not, whether some plants are performing different products. So they have seen, they have carried out many experiments, and in each plant they have seen what is the first product form. What is the first product to form? The first product was formed after 2 hours, for example. After 2 hours, first product was formed, not 2 hours. So let us say half an hour. After half an hour, when he killed the bacteria and when he saw that the first product formed was a 3-carbon compound. Okay, so he said that the first product which is formed is a 3-carbon compound. Now many scientists did this experiment, that whether they have checked in almost many plants. They have researched on many plants. They did the experiment on many plants, and they have seen whether all plants are forming the first product as 3-carbon compound or not. Whether the carbon dioxide is changing into, that is carbon dioxide which is a 1-carbon compound, is changing into 3-carbon compound or not. When they researched, they have found that in few plants the first formed product is a 3-carbon compound only. The first formed product is 3-carbon compound only. But this 3-carbon compound is different in different plants. Different in different plants. So here in this, in some plants Not we just said, in some plants, now it is that is in some plants, not different. In some plants, when the scientists research that whether this is only 3 carbon compound is formed or some other compound is formed as the first product or not. What I am trying to say is, so this Melvin said that the first form carbon compound is the 3 carbon compound. Okay, first form product during this entire. For example, if this is a 10-step process, in the first step the product form is 3 carbon compound. So the scientists did research that whether in all plants this is 3 carbon compound is formed or not. So when they researched, they found that in few plants 3 carbon compound is formed, and in few plants 4 carbon compound is formed. Okay. In some plants 3 carbon compound is formed, that is 3 carbon compound is phosphoglycerate. The 3 carbon compound is phosphoglycerate, and few plants are producing 4 carbon compound, that is oxaloacetic acid. Few plants are in few plants the first form product is 3 carbon compound, which is called as phosphoglycerate or phosphoglyceric acid. Okay, and in few plants 4 carbon compound is formed, that is oxaloacetic acid. So based on this, so the scientists now discovered that based on the assimilation of carbon dioxide, combining of carbon dioxide to another compound, because when carbon dioxide is combined with another compound then only 3 carbon compound can be formed. Single carbon dioxide cannot be changed into 3 carbon compound. Okay, so carbon dioxide has to be added to certain thing, to another compound, then only a 3 carbon compound will be formed. So based on the assimilation, whether it is that is combining with a 2 carbon compound, or whether it is combining with whatever compound. So based on the assimilation of carbon dioxide, the scientists said that the plants can be of 2 types. Okay, C3 plants and C4 plants. In C3 plants, the first form product is a 3 carbon compound, and in C4 plants the first form product is a 4 carbon compound. Okay, in C3 plants the product is phosphoglycerate or phosphoglyceric acid, and in C4 plants the first form product is oxaloacetic acid. It is oxaloacetic acid. Now here, what they did till now, that dark reaction take place with the help of this O2, that is with the help of this ATP and NADPH2, dark reaction takes place. Okay, and this carbon dioxide, with the help of this carbon dioxide, when it mixes with water, when it combines with water, carbohydrate is formed, and where they have seen whether they did research on how carbon will be changed into carbon dioxide, and while doing research they did, that is Melvin did his experiment and formed what are the different products are formed at different stages. Okay, and he found that the first carbon compound is a 3 carbon compound. Now after this, the scientists did research that whether in all the plants 3 carbon compound is formed or some other compound is formed. So they come to the conclusion that in some plants 3 carbon compound is formed, and in some plants 4 carbon compound is formed, okay, as the first product. So the plants where 3 carbon compound is formed as the first product, they are called as C3 plants, and the plants where that is 4 carbon compound is formed, it is C4. Okay, those are called as the C4 plants. Now this C3 plants, the first product is phosphoglyceric acid, and they undergo the cycle that is called as C3 pathway, C3 cycle. Okay, and the plant where C4 is C4 is the first product, then those plants will undergo a cycle which is called as C4 pathway, because here it is a 3 carbon compound phosphoglyceric acid and the cycle is called as C3 pathway, and here In some plants, first form carbon compound is C4, that is oxaloacetic acid, and these will form C4, that is they will perform C4 pathway. So here C3 pathway for C3 plants, C4 pathway for C4 plants. C3 plants are the plants where the first form carbon compound is phosphoglyceric acid, and C4 plants are the plants where the first form compound is a 4 carbon compound, which is nothing but oxaloacetic acid. Let us see how this that is Calvin cycle takes place, how this carbon dioxide is assimilated, how this carbon dioxide is assimilated. First it was observed, the scientists they did that. I said carbon dioxide is changing into a 3 carbon compound. How is this possible? How 1 carbon compound is changing into 3 carbon compound? They first thought that this 1 carbon compound might have been combined. They first thought that this carbon dioxide, because we said some plants are producing C3, that is 3 carbon compound as the product. Then how this 3 carbon compound is formed? Carbon dioxide is only 1 carbon compound. So from this 1 carbon compound, how 3 carbon compound is formed? So first they thought that carbon dioxide might combine with a 2 carbon compound. First the scientists thought that carbon dioxide, which is a 1 carbon compound, might combine with a 2 carbon compound. So when this 1 carbon compound, carbon dioxide, combines with a 2 carbon compound, okay, it forms 3 carbon compound. But later on they found that no, this is not the case. Carbon dioxide is not combining. Carbon dioxide is not combining with a 2 carbon compound. So what they said, that primary acceptor of CO2. They have said that they earlier thought that the primary acceptor of the CO2 is a 2 carbon compound. It is a 2 carbon compound, but it was wrong. No, primary acceptor of carbon dioxide, that is the first acceptor of this carbon dioxide, is not a 2 carbon compound. It is a 5 carbon compound. It is a 5 carbon compound. So here no. Earlier, if I'll write here, earlier they thought that 1 carbon compound is mixing with a 2 carbon compound to form a 3 carbon compound. We said 3 carbon compound is formed as the first product. So they thought that in the first reaction of this whole cycle, in the first reaction, carbon dioxide was combining with a 2 carbon compound. But this proved to be wrong. No, carbon dioxide is not forming, not combining with a 2 carbon compound. But instead what they found is carbon dioxide is combining with a 5 carbon compound. It is combining with a 5 carbon compound. So now how much it will be? 5. How much it will be? 5, and this is 5 and this is 1. Here 1 carbon, here this is 5 carbon. So how many carbon compound is there? It has, when it combined, it has 6 carbons. 6 carbons. So what is happening is the 6 carbon compound is split. When they combine now, they form 6 carbon compound. Now the 6 carbon compound is splitting into 3 carbon compound, 2 3 carbon compound. So when 1 carbon dioxide is mixed with 1 5 carbon compound, a 6 carbon compound is formed, which is broken down, which is very soon immediately broken down into 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound. Okay, so this 3 carbon compound is nothing but phosphoglyceric acid. Phosphoglyceric acid. So when 1 carbon dioxide combines with a 5 carbon compound, it gives rise to 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound. Okay, it gives rise to 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound, and that 3 carbon compound is nothing but phosphoglyceric acid. Now we said that carbon is combining with a 5 carbon compound. What is this 5 carbon compound? This 5 carbon compound is nothing but ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. It is RUBP. It is combining with a 5 carbon compound, and that 5 carbon compound is nothing but ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. So what is happening? Carbon dioxide is combining with ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. Carbon dioxide is combining with 5 carbon compound, which is nothing but ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, and forming 2 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid. Each phosphoglyceric acid will have 3 carbons. Each phosphoglyceric acid will have 3 carbons. So now let us see how this Calvin cycle is carried out in the next video. Just now here we have seen the introduction for this dark reaction. Now how carbon dioxide is formed, how carbon dioxide is combined, what is formed. So we will see this whole cycle in the next video. We will see the whole Calvin cycle and what are the different reactions which takes place at different events, and how carbon dioxide is changed to glucose. We will see in the next videos.